Hey guys and gals, it's me George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, and I am getting ready to pull a transaxle out of the Yard King. It has very little power going forward and almost zero power going in reverse. And after doing a little research, I have discovered that what you need to do to remedy the situation is to change the oil in the hydrostatic drive. This has two sections to this transaxle because it's a hydro. And one section has regular gear oil and the other section has hydrostatic oil. And I'm going to drop it down and we'll see what happens from there. So hold on to your hats. The basic thing is getting it out first, and it's a matter of a few bolts, mainly there's 4 bolts that hold the transaxle itself right to the frame, and so we got to remove those, and we got to take the belt off and disconnect a couple of linkages for the brakes and the shifter, and take the belt off, of course. So let's get started. Now, the simplest part of the procedure is removing the drive belt, and all you have to do that is reach down in there with your finger. We've taken the battery box out and it flips right off just like that. Pretty simple, don't you think? Alright then, on to the next part. Now, one of the next things we're going to do is disconnect the brake, and that's a matter of a couple of springs. Now we'll do that next. Well, I decided rather than fighting working around the tire and wheel that I would just remove the wheel from the back, and that makes it a whole lot easier to get in here to this spring, because as you notice, that front one, it's a pretty hefty duty spring up in there. You see that? Yes sir. And so yeah, this will be a lot easier to get off with direct access from right here. I'll probably put the wheel back on afterwards, just because when I get this unbolted, here you can see the top side of the 2 mounting bolts here. When I get this unbolted and I need to lower it down, I won't have to lower it so far, and it'll be easier to handle the transaxle with the tires on it. I can roll it around. So they are pretty heavy. Now I've done an added thing here. I've taken the brake assembly totally off, partly because, as you can see, it's all full of junk and dirt and grass, and the brakes were not working at all, and for good reason, because it's all gunked up. There was more grease and stuff on it than there, so that the brake pad couldn't really do anything. And I'll show you the parts here that I took off. You can see how gunky it is. And where's the brake pad here? There's the brake pad. This is the side that was rubbing against the rotor, and it's all caked with dirt, so it wasn't doing much. And it appears that there might be another little pad in here. I don't know if that one's removable or not. Seems like it would be, but whoops, right there. Point the camera where I'm working. We'll see when I get it apart, get it out. I'm going to be cleaning this thing while I'm working at it, because everything is so gunked up you can't even see that. Believe it or not, up inside there is a couple of rubber plugs for refilling, and but yeah, I'm going to clean it all up while I'm in the process. Now, another one of the rods that needs to be disconnected is this rod right here, And all it has is this pin right there that needs to be pulled out. This is the front transaxle mount right here, but the bolt is already missing. Can take you around the other side and show you over here. Here's the front mount on this side here, and I think probably I'm going to take the bracket right off, and then I need to take out this clevis pin right up in here for that rod. That rod comes all the way back here. That's part of the control for your hydrostatic drive that big spring is hooked to and the rod is hooked to on the other side. So we'll get that clevis pin out and unbolt these, and the next thing then will be the two mounting bolts. And before I take those out, I'm going to slide my jack underneath here. I'm going to get these loosened up, and then I think I'm going to slide the wheels back on. I'm not going to put the clips back on, just put the wheels on enough so that I can roll the rear end around.